Social enterprise is a sector with limitless potential. It's powered by people feeling the need to right wrongs. The only way to learn the business is to run one. And this is according to Alastair Wilson, considered a thought leader in the sector. He's the CEO of the School for Social Entrepreneurs in the UK. You actually managed to catch up with Alastair when he had a visit to Australia.
Well, he was coming to Australia to meet the School for Social Entrepreneurs, which has been established here. Now, what's interesting, he was actually a student at the School for Social Entrepreneurs and is now its CEO. So I started by asking him, what's it like to be the CEO of an organisation at which he was once a student?
It's an amazing position to have been a pupil or a student in an institution and then end up being the kind of chief exec.
That's right.
Yeah, I had the most wonderful year of my life, Peter, starting from scratch, an idea which was around homelessness and raising money and and stimulating volunteering in local homeless shelters around the UK. It was a remarkable year because if you think about it, to have an idea from scratch without a legal structure, just an idea and make it happen is quite a rare thing to do. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was much younger then, and the vision for what I wanted to do and what actually turned out at the end of the day were two very different things. But I had the most remarkable year of joining 20 other people with their ideas.
And 20 people the same, all had these ideas and thinking, how can we get them up?
Exactly. And it was such a powerful experience for me in terms of the school doesn't teach social entrepreneurship. It lets people learn, and it hears from practitioners, other social entrepreneurs who have made their things happen. And that was such a powerful experience for me that I really was quite hooked into the organisation and came back 4 years later to do this job.
Alastair, as a student to now as a CEO, I think there have been 500 graduates. I'm very interested. Have you done any evaluation of the social impact that those graduates are having?
We have, and we've done a fair bit of that. Because I suppose it's quite a powerful experience to start something like this, they tend to stick with us. They find that we are the organisation that's got them, that's understood them, and that's supported them along the way. So it's easy for us to track them. So we've done some longitudinal evaluations that's tracked them over 10 years, and what we found out is that 83% of them are still going with their institution. Is that right?
So 4 out of 5 actually not only get up, but keep going.
That's right, that's right. And what's interesting about that is if it was in commercial terms, it would be a lot less than that. But also our interventions with them are a lot longer, so they're with us for a year.
I'm sure if I looked at the statistics on small businesses, it would have a much higher failure rate.
That's right, absolutely. And also the amount of people they're employing and the volunteering positions they're creating are pretty spectacular stuff as well. And this is, the reason it's impressive is because they're working out poor communities. We're not trying to skim off the most elite people in the richest communities to create these social enterprises. Actually, these people are people who live in poorer communities like Brixton and South London who are coming up with social business ideas and making those happen in those communities.
Now, Alastair, I have a strong sense of social entrepreneurship. Certainly I know social entrepreneurs when I meet them. I'm curious, though, about whether you can actually teach social entrepreneurship.
Good question. I don't think you can. I don't think you can teach social entrepreneurship. I think entrepreneurship, if you think about it, is a doing word. And I think people can learn it by doing it. So hence the School for Social Entrepreneurs is an action learning institution where people come with just an idea and they spend a year hearing from other practitioners. Now what that enables the school to do is provide models of behaviour for softer skills, things like confidence, legitimacy, attitude, mindset, behaviour, persistence. So things that really, if you conceive of an idea from scratch, maybe a fair trade organisation from scratch, well, who gives you the right to start it? You and whose army are going to do this? People are very sceptical about an individual who has an idea. Now, if you put them in with other peers and you hear from practitioners, actually that provides a kind of strong environment for them to get over some of these soft skill inhibitors to what they're doing. And that's what's very important about an action learning environment. Obviously, hard skill stuff is important too, so how to write a business plan, to understand cash flows, etc. But primarily for entrepreneurship, there is a real understanding of what behaviours work in order to galvanise and catalyse something from scratch.
Here in Australia, the School for Social Entrepreneurs won the Macquarie Group Foundation Social Innovation Award. This is interesting because you started in the UK, you've spread now internationally through a social franchising model. I wonder, what is that model? I wouldn't mind your reflections on how you think the School for Social Entrepreneurs is going here in Australia.
It is remarkable and wonderful. We're delighted that we've done it by way of this social franchising idea. What we believe is that social problems, the solutions to social problems, are best authored by those who understand the problems and have a vested interest in the solutions. So in other words, bottom-up, community-led. And in the same way, when we knew that School for Social Entrepreneurs was a great idea and was working, we wanted to share that and replicate that, but we didn't want to do so in a kind of corporate way that said, we'll have a branch here and a branch there. So we, if you like, created a social franchise, so a not-for-profit franchise. And people start schools for social entrepreneurs in various regions, but they run and govern those locally. So we have a chief exec in Australia, Benny Callahan, who's done an incredible job of starting the School for Social Entrepreneurs here. Now, although the Aussie accents are different and the context is different, it's incredibly similar when you walk into a room with 20 really buzzy people who have amazing ideas for social enterprises and getting them going. And we're thrilled. I mean, the results here and what's happening here, some of the stories, and as you say, the Macquarie Social Innovation Award, it's a real success story.